Hi everyone, and welcome to Returning Home Yoga with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette, and today's practice is gentle strengthening. So we will begin either seated comfortably, or if you prefer to lay on your back for a few minutes of conscious breathing, then please find your way onto the back body and make yourself comfortable, whatever that means for you. As we continue to arrive onto the mat, take a moment to ensure that the crown of the head rises above the tailbone, and to encourage gentle opening across the chest, around the heart area. And arranging the arms so they're comfortably positioned. If you're lying on your back, they can come away from the body several inches, ideally with the palms facing up. Maybe the fingers curling in and the first fingers and thumbs lightly touching. And if you're seated, the elbows might find their way below the shoulders. The palms could be down for grounding, or facing upwards if there's a sense of needing to feel uplifted. The hands there might also have the first fingers and thumb pads ever so lightly touching. We'll take a few moments to encourage softness upon the facial features. And allowing ease to find their way into the hips. If you're seated, seeing if your ears can float above the shoulders. Running the tongue along teeth and gums. Creating space between eyebrows. And we begin to notice the current state of emotions. Allowing whatever you discover to be there. Acknowledging its presence in your body. Might be a little bit of anxiety. Maybe some frustration or anger. Maybe there's joy because the sun is shining, or some other experience has created a sense of joy within you. Do we notice if the mind has constant chatter, or whether it too has begun to arrive onto the mat? Knowing that the mat is a very safe space to allow yourself to be here authentically. We notice rhythm of breath. And as we consciously begin to control the breath with pranayama, please begin to deepen it. And breathing in and out through the nostrils, if at all possible. Feeling the body beginning to expand on the inhalations. And the body softening and letting go even just a little bit on the exhalation. And the words letting go could actually be changed to softening. Is it possible for softness to begin its arrival into the body through the conscious breath? And for those that are seated, softening coming into the body without the collapse of the spine. And the breath winding its way into areas of the body that have some knots or congestion in them, tightness maybe. And the breath eventually working its magic. Not only within the knots or congestion that is found, but its magic finding its way into the nervous system. And of course into the mind, as the breath aids the mind in becoming quieter, the nervous system into more balance. And of course, the breath itself can allow more space into areas that are tight, that are knotted. You might not notice that immediately, yet trusting that it does have an effect. We begin to find Ujjayi pranayama. The ocean sounding breath. Each inhalation, the breath moving down through the back of the throat into the rib cage. There's a very subtle closing off of the back of the throat. So narrower passage is created. And as the air moves in out through that narrower passage, a sound ever so similar to the ocean is created. And explore the possibility of the corners of the mouth turning ever so slightly towards the ears, yet maintaining the sound of Ujjayi. The next time the inhalation arises, body breathes itself. And we notice the inner response the body has had to a few minutes of conscious breathing, a few minutes of pranayama. The Ujjayi breath is the breath we'll be coming back to as we move into practice this afternoon. It might be morning for you or evening. For those of you that are seated, please find your way onto your back. Once again, ensuring your spine is straight, lengthening through the back of the neck by lifting the head slightly, tilting chin towards throat and lowering the head back down. Draw the knees into chest. Wrap arms around the legs. Draw the space between the navel and pubis bone slightly in towards your spine. So I'm not asking you to draw it in so much that you flatten the low back into the ground. Instead, I'm asking you just to hug it in a little until you feel this inner core support, this inner core strengthening subtly created. Arms wrap around legs, and we begin to create this side-to-side movement. With the hands on the knees, begin to create a circle shape. Seeing if the movement can be done relatively slowly. The next time your legs come back to center, pause, reversing direction. Using your breath. The exhale as the legs go down one half of the circle. The inhale as they come up the other half. Good. The next time your legs return to center, pause there, allowing the whole body to soften and to release into the support of the ground. Maintaining that subtle drawing in of low belly to spine, please bring your knees so they're right above your hips and place your hands onto your thighs. Begin to press the hands into the thighs and the thighs into the hands. Come back to your breath. Good. On your next exhale, begin to straighten one leg, but maintaining the action of the hand into the thigh. So you're just straightening it a little. As you inhale, return. As you exhale, straighten other, just again a little. Inhale, it comes back. Exhale, other. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the action of hand into thigh, thigh into hand. Inhale. Exhale, one more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, allow your legs to hug into body. A bit of a sigh might be needed. And releasing side to side movement. From here, the toes stay touching the big toes. Hands come to the knees. We open the legs away from each other. They go down towards the bottom end of the mat. They come together. They come back up. They open. They move down away from you. Legs come together and back to the chest.
Inhale. Exhale, legs move away. Inhale, they come together and back to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, away. Inhale, together. Exhale, pause at center. We reverse the direction this time. Inhale. Exhale, legs move away. Inhale, open, up the sides of the circle. Exhale, back to center and away from you. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, together and away from you. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, together and away. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hug legs into body. Little bit of movement side to side. Placing the feet onto the ground. Widen them towards edges of mat. Arms come out in a T position. Inhale. Exhale, legs one direction. Head could go opposite. Inhale through center. Exhale, other directions. Inhale. Exhale, switching sides. Feel the low belly drawing in right at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time each side, please. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, pause. Feet walked back towards midline of body. They hug in. Little massage. One arm comes over the head. Please roll body to that side. And on an exhale with helping hands, please bring body upward.
And we'll find our way into table pose, please. Now I do highly recommend maybe a blanket or cushion for cushioning the knees. We are going to be in table pose for a period of time as we move into some upper body strengthening. Hands come under the shoulders, fingers are spread wide. As you inhale, create a length through the spine. Exhale, begin to round the back body right up towards that beautiful blue sky that perhaps you have today. We have it, and it's quite lovely. Heart center, inhale towards ground, tilt the tail, low belly hugs in as the shoulders broaden. Exhale, rounding. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. As you inhale, bring the spine parallel to the ground. Low belly hugs in back to spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your right knee to forehead. Inhale, extend the leg, lift the heart. As you exhale, low belly still hugging in, arms hug into each other, lower about halfway towards ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. Hug the arms towards each other.
Inhale, come up. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe lower a little further. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to forehead. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, hug and lower. Inhale. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here. Full breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee to forehead. And release. Inhale. Curl the toes, bring the feet towards each other, and as you exhale, see if you can sit up onto your heels. If you can't, toes flat on the ground is fine, and if this isn't working for you, feel free to sit cross-legged, please. As you inhale, shoulders rise to ears. Exhale, rolling back and down. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale, rolling. And again, inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, backs of the hands down center line. Give the wrists a rotation. Other way. And we'll begin to flick and shake. Let's come to the other side. As you return to table, just allow the tops of the feet to float out behind. And if you need to give them a little bit of a tap, please do so. Now, if your hands are not happy with being in this position, you could try making fists instead, by all means. We'll shift to the other side. Let's create a space between the collarbones. Low belly rehugs to spine. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale, legs hug in, lower about halfway. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee finds the forehead. Inhale. Exhale, lower, arms are hugging in. Inhale. Exhale, feel the spine rounding. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you come a little lower. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. One last time, inhale, exhale, lower. Pause for a full breath. Inhale, exhale, knee to forehead, and release. Big toes touch, widening the knees, inhale. Exhale, sits bones find their way towards the feet. Whatever way your body allows, arms can extend out in front of you. Forehead rests upon the ground, or maybe a cushion or a blanket. Deep inhale. Big sigh. Good. On your next inhale, finding your way into table. Knees come back below the hips. Recurl the toes, feet quite close together.
Returning to sitting onto the heels. And I know this is tough, but see what you can do. Again, if you need to, just flatten out the tops of the feet at any time. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms shoulder height. Inhale, open skyward. Exhale, big hug. Hands to the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, draw the chin in a little and down towards the throat. Stay with your breath. As you inhale, head lifts, see if you can twist tie your arms. Inhale, elbows slightly elevate. Exhale, shoulder blades slide down towards the buttocks and in a little towards the spine. As you exhale, slowly release, noticing the arm that you have crossed to the top. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder height. Inhale, open. Exhale, change the cross of arms. Big, big hug. Inhale. Lengthen through spine. Exhale, chin in a little. Tilt towards the throat. Come to your breath. Inhale, head lifts. See if you're able to twist tie the arms on this side. Inhale, maybe elbows elevate slightly. Exhale, extend. Shoulders slide down. Stay with breath. And on your next exhale, slowly release. Inhale. Exhale, let's slowly come forward, taking a release through the feet. Slow, 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 slow. And a little tap. And seeing if it's possible to sit back onto the heels, letting the tops of the feet connect into the ground. Deep inhale. Big sigh. Okay. Let's remove the blanket. And return to table. Fingers are spread wide. Bring your hands about 1 hand length forward as we prepare for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heart, curl the toes. Exhale, lift the knees a little as you create space between the shoulder blades and broadness across the collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, reach the sits bones high to the wall behind you. Anchor through the base of the fingers and thumbs. Arms extending long out of the wrist joints. Length through the sides of the body. And of course, we can begin to bend one knee and then the other. Each inhale, an opportunity to bend. Each exhale, an opportunity to lengthen one leg. So we're moving slowly as we walk the legs out. Taking time to really experience what happens when one leg lengthens. Inhale, bending both knees. Exhale, lengthening sits bones to the wall. Take a look between the hands. Inhale, walk both feet forward. Place hands to the shins, lengthening spine. Exhale, fold, letting the neck fully relax.
Place your hands to the elbows so it feels kind of weird. Encourage your neck to lengthen and begin to create 3 tiny, tiny circles with the elbows. Pause, reverse direction. They're small circles. And from there, pause, release the arms. Inhale, slide your hands up the shins, look forward. As you exhale, broaden the collarbones, low belly hugs in. Bend your knees and reach your sits bones out to the wall behind you. I seem to have a little bit of plant here, so I'm just going to shift myself a little further back. Reaching sits bones out behind you, we find chair pose. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades back, down and slightly in. Low belly is subtly engaged to spine. And if your shoulder joints allow, on your inhale, bring the arms parallel to ears. As you exhale, ground into the feet. Now, if you discover that your feet one is further forward than the other, take the time to ensure they're parallel. Now we're going to move into a gentle twist. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Turn to your right side and look up over that right elbow. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale through center. Exhale, let belly land to the thighs, hands to the shins, legs straighten. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Neck relaxes. 2 breaths here. From here, please rebend the knees. Spine grows parallel to the ground. Inhale, let's return to chair pose, Utkatasana. And as you exhale, settle back into the feet. Notice here whether your knees want to roll towards each other, and if they do, see if you can keep them more of that hip distance apart. 2 more rounds of breath here. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Palms roll forward, thumbs roll back. And we pause. Let's widen the legs, turning the toes towards the corners of your mat. Low belly hugs in and we create a very subtle, subtle lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms shoulder height. Palms face forward, spread the fingers and thumbs. As you anchor into the feet in this 5-star pose, really feel the action of muscles hugging into leg bones, arm muscles hugging into arm bones. Feeling the strength and the power as earth energy finds its way up through the feet into the legs. Cross into the arms as the energy flows up through the torso into the heart. Cross the heart down the arms into the hands. 3 breaths here.
Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend into the knees. Bring the elbows level with shoulders. Low belly hug subtly in. Adjust the feet as needed for your body. Breathing. Keeping the legs how they are. Inhale, arms towards each other. Exhale, open. Just until you feel the shoulder blades ever so subtly hugging in towards spine. Again, inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, arms straighten. Exhale, legs straighten. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend back into the legs. We find balancing 5-star. Begin to shift your weight over to one side. Encourage your torso to be more open. When you're ready, begin to lift the back leg. Place your hands to the heart. And then encourage your arms to extend away from each other. Inhale, bend the knee, lower the foot, arms come up. Exhale, let's shift to the other leg. Find a focal point that does not move. Encourage the torso to turn to face forward. The back leg begins to lift. And eventually the arms extend out away from each other. Good. Bending through that leg. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let's immediately shift over to the other side. I'm a little wobbly today. As you inhale, bend into that leg, arms come up, and other side. Go slow. Move with your body, your stability today, knowing it constantly changes. Good. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Hold 3 breaths here. Turn corners of the mouth upwards if you can. As you inhale, come through center. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale. Exhale, hands land at the heart. Return to the standing goddess. Low belly still hugging in, that subtle lift through the pelvis. Inhale, come up. Exhale, walk the feet together and pause. Hands come to the heart. Inhale, gentle back bend. Hands rise to sky. Exhale, fold from the hips, flat back. Inhale, salute the sun. Exhale, fold. Bend knees, place hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades. Up, in, and down. See if you can interlace fingers so that your hands are resting into the sacrum. And see if you can have the fingers interlace so it feels weird or different. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to fold forward. Arms rising up off the back body.
neck relaxing. Breath here with you. On your next exhale, allow your arms to release to the ground. Soft knees flat back. Inhale, rise. Exhale to heart. Let's widen the legs. So once again, the toes turn out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin to bend your knees. So we're coming into a yoga squat, Malasana. Hands come to the ground if that's available. If it's not, you can just rest your arms wherever they can land onto the legs. Find a position for your feet where you can lower the pelvis. Hands come to the heart and the legs are hugging into arms, arms into legs. Now, if you have a book or a yoga block, you might place it under your buttocks, or you might just stay here, whatever that looks like for you. The hands, palms can gently press into each other. And on your next exhale, release the hands. Coming out of the pose in whatever way feels appropriate for you. We'll return up to the legs straight, widening the legs. Toes are parallel. Inhale, lengthen front of spine. Exhale, encourage the crown towards the mat. Your arms can either reach out behind you so that the backs of the hands are connecting into the ground. Or you might find that you take your first two fingers and wrap them around the big toes, elbows bending and aiming outwards. 3 breaths here. Okay. On your exhale, release the arms. Inhale, roll long. Exhale, anchor hands into hips, root through your feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, roll the shoulders, walk the feet back together and pausing. From here, we'll come onto the buttocks. Now you might just find your way onto the buttocks in whatever way feels appropriate. Otherwise, inhale, arms forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Feel the core engage as you lower closer and closer to the ground. And see if you can find your way onto the buttocks with ease. Maybe gracefully, maybe not. And we come into seated boat. So we can start with the feet on the ground. The low belly still hugging in. Shoulders rolling back and down. Coming to the tippy toes, and you might stay right here, or you might lift the legs a little higher. You might bring the legs parallel to the ground. You might extend your arms forward. And you might even actually straighten through the legs. I have a lot of shakiness today, so I might not stay here too long. Might be better for me to be here. Or another option would be to lower the feet. First 2 fingers wrapping around the big toes. Walking the feet in. Finding the sits bones. And encouraging the legs to straighten from here. Stay with breath. Okay,
Good. On your next exhale, bending, foot soles come together as they land onto the ground. Hands wrap around toes. Inhale, lengthen through the back body. Press the feet into each other. Exhale, fold forward from your hips. Just as far as what your body allows. On your next exhale, keep the feet really pressing into each other and encourage the arms forward. This time your spine could round. Yeah. On your next inhale, let's walk forward and up. Exhale, roll the shoulders. Slowly bring legs together and extending. The legs roll. Finding your sits bones in case they got lost. Hands come behind you. Toes begin to point. Anchor through the hands, anchor through the heels. Inhale, lift the heart skyward. As you exhale, hug the shoulder blades midline. Now you might stay right here, or an exhale, you can lift the pelvis and legs off the ground. Heart widens and opens skyward. Head can look more straight up or all the way back if that feels appropriate. Encourage your hips to stay lifted. On the next exhale, slowly lower and release. Let's find our way onto the stomach. Letting the forehead rest onto stacked hands. Legs about hip distance apart. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, big sigh. Bending your right leg. See if you can reach hand to ankle. Hang hand to the pant leg or the material that might or might not be there. Apparently it's not there for me. Or if you have a towel or a belt or a yoga strap, you can wrap that around the ankle and use it to hold the leg in. And breathing into the sensation that surfaces. And when you're ready, pressing weight into the front arm. Inhale, begin to lengthen and lift up through the torso. And you might find that your hand reaches to the outer edge or to the top of the foot. And on an exhale, slowly release. And allowing any sighs, yawns that need to escape. Always allowing the body to express. It's its way of letting go of what no longer serves it. Let's come to the other side. Hand to ankle. Again, you can use the towel, the belt, the yoga strap, whatever you have. And we return attention to the breath. Anchoring through the front arm when ready. Inhale, lengthen and lift up through the torso. Bringing the leg in if that's available, and you can choose a hand position that feels appropriate for you. On the exhale, slowly releasing. And pausing. We were prepping for Danielson Bow Pose. If you find this is too much for you today, then feel free just to go back to the leg that you felt the most sensation in, and to simply work with that for today, that half version of Danielson Bow Pose. When ready, you can bend both knees, hands reach to the ankles. You find that one leg is tighter than the other, usually reaching for that ankle first is helpful. And we begin to lengthen the arms as the ankles begin to press into hands. Let's come to the strong Ujjayi breath. Noticing how each breath might be lifting you into the pose. And eventually finding a place you can hold and breathe into. When your breath becomes rough or uneven, it's actually your body asking you to release. So always do so on your exhale. And on your next exhale, do slowly release if you haven't already. Allow your head to turn one direction. And we take the time to allow the body to integrate, to absorb what's different within it. Turning the head the other direction. And from here, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. As you exhale, either take a downward facing dog or a child's pose. Stay with breath wherever you are.
On an inhale, coming to knees. If you were in the down dog, exhale, child's. Arms could slide alongside you. You might discover the breath needs to have a couple of big sighing releases. From here, hands find their way under the shoulders. Let's come up. Coming on to the buttocks. And we'll prepare for Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. Now you might take a blanket or a cushion to prop up your sits bones, to encourage the pelvis into that forward tilt, right, as we sit. As when we move into the forward fold, we want the movement actually to be coming from our pelvis so that the spine can stay straight, as opposed to this rounding over position that tends to happen. Now, if you can't reach your toes, feel free to use, again, a yoga tie, a towel, a belt, anything that you might have where you can hold on to here. We're going to move into this pose with 3 breaths today. Feel the spine grow long. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen as you fold, coming just as far down as body allows. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tilt from the pelvis, lengthen the torso, the arms as maybe you come a little further forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen through front body. As you exhale, find a position where your ears can come above your shoulders. You can maintain as much length in the spine as possible. Again, you can be holding the tie something like this. If the availability is not there yet, for you to come further and further forward with that length in the back body. And on your next inhale, let's rise. Exhale, roll the shoulders. All right, let's come forward. We'll prepare to come onto the back. We're nearing the end of practice. So I always like to come onto the back body with the aid of the strength in the core. So you might need to use your hands and arms, or your arms might be more forward. Let's inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and begin to lower vertebra by vertebra, whatever that means for you. You might be supporting the head. And once lowered, spine is long. Draw your knees into chest, wrap arms around legs. And we'll move into a reclined twist. So we'll flex at the toes, arms come out in a T position. Inhale. Exhale, legs stay hugging each other as they fold to one side or roll to one side, and try to go with control. Once they land either onto the ground or under a prop, you might have one arm resting on the leg. You might need to adjust that bottom shoulder, and the other arm extends. Head could look opposite to the legs. It could look straight up. Really depends on your body. Let's come back to the Ujjayi breath, but encourage it to be soft and gentle. Preparing for the other side, legs hug in. Use your in-breath to return them center. And as you exhale, slowly the other side. And breath returns. On your next inhale, legs return through center. Exhaling, releasing. And as always, adjusting the body for comfort as you settle into the Shavasana shape. Corpse pose. You might use the blanket on your hips, belly, and thighs. You might be cool, so you might want to put a sweater or have a blanket on top of you. And we settle into this non-doing portion of practice. Simply allowing the body to settle, to let go into the support that is under it. And again, a better word for the words letting go might be just simple softening, bit by bit. We'll take a deep inhale. Big sigh. And taking a few moments to simply observe the breath as it settles into the body, maybe more rhythmically. Ever so slowly, simply begin to notice the feel of the body. Is it heavy or light or indiscernible? Notice the breath. And beginning to deepen it. Maybe a big sigh escapes. Movement finds the toes, the fingers, the ankles and wrists. Eventually that full body stretch arrives. Maybe a hugging of the legs into body. Some form of movement. And eventually one arm comes over the head. Rolling body to that side. The exhale with helping hands. Coming into seated place. Arriving into the seat. Taking a moment to observe whether there is new aliveness, new strength in the body, new space, maybe peacefulness. An inhale sweeps arms out and up. Exhaling to heart. Taking a few moments to offer gratitude to the incredible body that you inhabit. All of its functions that happen autonomically. Everything we're able to do with this amazing, amazing human body. We'll close practice with the single Om and 3 Shantis. If you're comfortable to join in, please do so. Let's take a deep inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. As always, I thank you for joining me for your practice. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below this video. I will respond. If you're enjoying the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you're so inclined to share it with family, friends, colleagues, I would be most grateful. I wish you an amazing rest of your day and evening. Thanks again for being here. Namaste.